Welcome back to One Comic Book a Day, where we're covering Superman 55 and the second story, The Richest Man in the World. A story where Lois is basically her 50s self, and I shouldn't really even state that anymore because it's 1949, she's just her 50s self. There was no, delineation, she just kind of became it. And by 50s Lois, I mean a Lois who is way more focused on getting married than her career. She was definitely way more career focused. Not that she wasn't after, say, Superman. She wanted to date Superman. She tried to make Superman jealous several times. But she was definitely more focused on getting the story than marrying him. Now we're getting stories that are way more focused on her wanting to marry Superman. That's definitely a de-evolution to Lois Lane. And insulting, but it's the 1950s. Though it isn't yet, it's 1949. But it's going to get worse. It's going to get so much worse. So the richest man in the world has a crush on Lois. This is the type of richest man in the world who's like Scrooge McDuck, or how Richard Branson likes to present himself, this sort of active adventurer who's always off doing something. Instead of how billionaires really are, with their whole who's building the biggest yacht competition they seem to have going between them. Go Wells. He wants to marry Lois, even though he's never met Lois, and his secretary is in love with him, but he can't fall in love with his secretary, and not due to the, ethical implications of marrying the person who's directly under you and their job is completely within your power. No, it's because she has her hair up and glasses. Who can love a monster like that? How old is this cliche? What is the first instance of the whole putting your hair down and taking off the glasses and you're beautiful? God, how old is it? But I think I've foreshadowed something a little too much. So Lois is invited over to his island where he shows her his entire room of artwork that has Lois, paintings of Lois. And there's even a Lois statue. These are all red flags. She does not pick up on them. Everybody, if a rich man invites you over and he just has a room of paintings of you and a statue of you, you run. Though he might be trying to hunt you at that point. Honestly, do not go to a secondary location. It's very important. We should all never go anywhere with anyone. That's why I never leave the house. Superman's annoyed by this, and Lois is only really entertaining all this to make Superman jealous because she wants to marry Superman. She even says something like, well, I have to marry someone. This is the Lois who about 50 issues ago was just randomly dating guys for the hell of it. She didn't seem to care about any of them, especially Clark. She used to think he was a pathetic worm, but she liked to have a nice dinner date. And if he was paying, why the hell not? So she decides to come up with a competition between the two of them because for some reason this comic, and Lois specifically, loves 3 challenges. So she's going to marry whoever gives her the 2 best gifts out of 3 using the old wedding tradition of something borrowed, something new, something blue, and something old. Superman ends up winning this competition, and honestly, it should have been a blowout because him giving her a Venus flower was so much more impressive than the jewelry that the richest man gives her. But both of them seem to unintentionally be trying to kill Lois, as Superman at one point brings her a whole bunch of radium, and the other one makes her a new kind of diamond that's radioactive. So I guess Lois is getting cancer for the wedding. But Superman wins, and he's not planning on marrying her. Actually, that kind of gets thrown out pretty quickly with him winning. Instead, he's now trying to help the secretary who goes to such extremes that she steals Superman's cape by pretending to commit suicide, which Superman doesn't even arrive in time for. She manages to jump off the bridge. He just saves her after she jumped off, so this plan could have gone very wrong. And Superman gives her a makeover. And what does that makeover involve? Well, she puts down her hair and takes off her glasses. And now that the richest man can see how beautiful she really is, and that she actually has feelings for him, they're going to get married. And everybody lives happily ever after, except for Lois, who still doesn't have Superman. She's going to have to wait till the 90s to get that crap. So yeah, this is a pretty insulting story. Not as insulting as a caveman story that's coming up. My God, is that story sexist. But at least once we get more into the 50s, there will be wackier things happening with the sexism. Okay, that is it from Superman 55. 55, The Richest Man in the World. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, hit the bell icon to get notifications when new videos up. I do this Monday through Friday, but Fridays is Bat Friday, where I cover a Batman story in either Detective Comics or Batman. And until next time, let's ponder the question, whatever did happen to the Man of Tomorrow? And how quickly is this radiation going to kill Lois? Like, these two things are very radioactive. She probably only has hours to live, maybe days. Okay, have a great day.